Hello, my fellow Americans. This is Gary Cosin again. On the fourth video of the Constitution. This one is on Article 3, Section 1 of the United States Constitution, the written Constitution. Article 3, Section 1 deals with the judicial branch of our government. And because of that, the judicial branch is the ones who determine the constitutionality of a law or not. But since the courts tend to believe that they can violate the law with no repercussions, they think they're privileged. Well, let me read a little bit of what Article 3, Section 1 says. The judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time obtain, ordain, and establish. The judges both of the Supreme and inferior courts, here's the point, shall hold their offices during good behavior. My fellow Americans, can somebody tell me how violating the law and their oath to support the Constitution as stipulated in Article 6, Section 3 is good behavior? This makes no sense to me whatsoever. In Article 1, Section 2, let me back up 1 second here. If these judges do not comply with the Constitution and their oath, we will have them removed. And at the end of Article 1, Section 2, it says, the last clause is, the House of Representatives shall have the sole power of impeachment. Well, the House of Representatives believes that it's unethical to do their jobs, as well as the Senate. So we're not going to worry about the House of Representatives or the Senate, because they don't care what the Constitution says, unless it's their enemies. Then they will push like crazy to have impeachment powers. But otherwise, they won't, because it's unethical. So, instead of going to the Congress, we can go directly to Article 1, Section 6. Which I talked about last time, where it says, they shall in all cases except treason, felony, and breach of the peace be privileged from arrest. Ladies and gentlemen, so tell me, how is good behavior the same as violating the law and their oath? In this case, violate the Constitution of these United States because they don't want to do their job. It's been a year since I've been waiting for the court to hear my case on the elections. It's been a year. And at the end of last month, I finally filed with the court a notice of criminal activity. Now it's up to the court to decide. Are they going to hear the case and uphold the Constitution and their oath? Or are they going to continue to violate it in the name of democracy? And it's funny, the court rules for the Supreme Court. Oh, they say that we have the right to petition the Supreme Court as a branch of our government, But the problem is, you have to do it through an attorney who's in good standing with the court, who just loves to give the Supreme Court a bunch of bull crap about what the Constitution does not say. Because they follow the arm of flesh instead of the arm of God, which is the Constitution. And Joe Biden, you want to stack the Supreme Court? Go ahead. I welcome it. Because as soon as they make a decision that violates the Constitution of this land, I'll be damn happy, Mr. Biden, to have them removed from the bench for their misbehavior, for their bad behavior, whatever word you want to use that represents not good behavior. I'll be happy to. Because I'm not messing around anymore. I'm sick and tired of the government, the Congress, the executive branch, and the judicial branch violating the law in the name of democracy, which we are not, which I'll cover in the next one, in Article 4, Section 4. But I, for one, am sick and tired of the criminal activities. And then the U.S. Attorney has the audacity in the Northern District of California to tell me that the commission of a felony pursuant to Article 1, Section 6 of the written United States Republic Constitution does not constitute a criminal activity. The U.S. Attorney General for the District of Minnesota concurs. They concur with that statement. And yet they can't show me anywhere in the United States Constitution where it says that. And since the courts, these judges, the executive branch, which is the President of the United States, and Congress, are they not part of the people? And if they're part of the people, then why aren't they treated the same way as we are? We the people. And these judges have got to learn what the Constitution says and what the words mean. Besides acting like the Constitution is just a bunch of words with no meaning. They better learn what the meaning of the words are, or they will be in violation. And I'll have that judge that's supposed to be hearing my case removed from the bench, and she can spend as much time in prison as I want her to spend until we have a hearing on her case, since she doesn't have the right to a speedy trial any longer because of the Affordable Care Act, as I mentioned before. She has no constitutional rights anymore because of the Affordable Care Act, the politically correct law, the Nancy Pelosi law. All the amendments were thrown away when those three laws were made or passed. Made in the case of the politically correct law and the Nancy Pelosi law. Those were only made. They were never written by Congress. Then the Affordable Care Act was. Throwing away your right to freedom of religion and throwing away the remaining 12 amendments to the United States Constitution. So I won't be discussing the amendments per se, because they don't exist anymore. under the democracy constitution that the courts want to enforce. Because the democracy constitution is made too. It's not written. So you see, the courts are enforcing laws that are made and not written on us. Because they want to follow the arm of flesh instead of doing their due diligence and finding out what the words actually mean in the Constitution. This case on the election last year against my elected officials, asking that the election throughout the country be declared null and void because nobody got the required number of votes to sit in the House, to sit in the Senate. Because nobody cares what the words mean. And they can't look it up because they're too lazy to do their jobs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut this short today. But I just wanted to let you all know what Article 3, Section 1 says. What it actually says. It doesn't say they have lifetime on the bench. They only have it there for good behavior. And violating their oath and the Constitution of this land is not good behavior. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. And I'll talk to you probably next month on Article 4, Section 4, which is the next section we will be covering. And we'll be covering the articles further. So I just want to say thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.